When Napoleon came into power, when he took over half of Europe, he appointed his brother Lodewijk as the king of the Netherlands. So the Netherlands became a kingdom in 1806. This French age lasted for like 20 years or so, but it had a big influence on how the Netherlands is today. Of course, the Netherlands is now a unitary state and still a kingdom. And one of the big influences was the good experience with King Lodewijk. But there is something else that is quite visible, that is left from this French era. And that is the Pyramide van Austerlitz. The Pyramide van Austerlitz is built on one of the highest points here in the Netherlands on the Utrechtse Heuvelrug. In 1804, this building, made with sand and heathen sod, was erected by General Marmont as a tribute to his idol Napoleon Bonaparte. As a matter of fact, when he was a soldier in 1798, he traveled with Napoleon to Egypt. Especially the Pyramid of Gizeh left an impression on him. When Marmont became a general, he was ordered to form an army from French soldiers, but also Batavian soldiers, so Dutch soldiers. This army would be formed with the idea that they had to fight against a possible military invasion from England. To have his troops somewhere here in the Netherlands, Marmont chose the open heathlands here near Zeist because it was an open field. There was a lot of space for the troops to practice their military maneuvers, but there was also enough drinking water for his army, which consisted of 18,000 men. And because the late summer of 1804 was such a beautiful summer, he decided he wanted to stay with his troops there. Why go to the winter shelters when you can stay in a beautiful country like the Netherlands? Staying in an open field with 80,000 men without anything to do, that is a recipe for disaster. So he decided he would let them do something. He ordered his army to erect a pyramid after the Pyramid of Gizeh. In just 27 days, this pyramid made out of sand and heather sod appeared on the highest point of the Utrechtse Heuvelrug with military precision built. A wooden obelisk was placed on top of the pyramid. Marmont also had a ledger with documents buried near it. This document consisted of all the names of the soldiers who built the pyramid. We know this because the ledger was dug up again. The combination of a wooden obelisk on top of a pyramid was unique in the world, and probably still is, only for the fact that it's not there anymore. So while Lodewijk was really pleased with the monument and called it the Pyramide van Austerlitz after the Battle of Napoleon in the Czech Republic, the troops did not really maintain this. It fell into disrepair very quickly, especially the wooden obelisk. In 1894, this wooden obelisk was gone and they placed a stone obelisk on top of it. But the pyramid itself was barely maintained. So you had this beautiful stone obelisk on top on some like sand and suds. It didn't really look like a pyramid anymore. In the meantime, in 1876, the land, the pyramid and the surrounding forest together with an inn was bought by Anna Alida Stoop. And she rented the tavern to a Mr. Kolfschoten. And you might know that name from another video I made. His descendants still lease the tavern. This place became a tourist attraction, and with the tourists, the land was developed. More buildings, the restaurant was expanded, etc. There is now a mini theme park next to the pyramid where you can go in all kinds of attractions with your kids. I went there as a kid, and I think whole generations of children went to school trips to the Pyramide van Austerlitz here. Until only a few years ago, like the 2000s, the stone obelisk was the only thing visible. There was little to no maintenance done to this whole monument, so the only thing that you could see were the little stones on top. But various government agencies, together with the French government, decided that this monument had to stay a monument. It was really important for history and inheritance. So in the mid-2000s, they decided to do something about it and actually repair everything. So they renovated the whole lot. The pyramid, the obelisk, the surrounding land, etc. And this gave the ultimate result that the pyramid can be seen again. You can actually go on there. You can climb the stairs of the pyramid, which I'm gonna do. And I'm going to film, of course, a little bit from the top. It is said that when it was built, you could see all the way to Amsterdam on this thing. So that was pretty amazing. I don't think you can do now, but that would be such an amazing sight. I made it. We're here at the top of the pyramid, and there's a nice breeze out there. It's about 100 somewhat stairs. So you cannot go into the stone obelisk. There is a stairway, but no, not for the tourists. But you can see it. It's quite a sight. And when it was built around this time, it is said that you could look as far as Amsterdam from here. I think from the top of the tower. Nowadays you can't. You can see forests and maybe some skyscrapers, but mainly woods. But it's a very pleasant place to be. I'm going back to ground floor. See you next time. Boop, boop. There. He was ordered to form. Wait, let's do it again. So in 1804, this army was formed with the idea that they could defend the military. So in 1804, it's getting really hard. So in 1804, this army. And Swarbenik. It was made with sand and heather sods. That is the word, yeah.
Dat is eng.
Oh jee. The pyramid was built in 27 days with just sand and heather sods. Yeah. Yeah. So, in 1894, the wooden obelisk was broken down. Okay. In the meantime, in 1876, the land with the pyramid and the surrounding forest and an inn was bought by Hilda van Stoop. Anna Alida. In the meantime, this pyramid, the land and the inn was bought by Anna Alida van Stoop. Van Stoop? Nee, Anna-Lida Stoop. And the tavern that was near it was then lent. This. Oh. Okay. Let's do it again. The Pyramide van Austerlitz is built on one of the highest points here in the Netherlands. Let's do that again. When Marmont became a general, he was ordered to form why is the word army so difficult for me to pronounce? There we go. Because the late in just 27 days, yeah,